Hey, what's up? Alright, with my list of top 4 and this, yeah, you guys really don't get it, man. You guys do not understand what I'm trying to say, man. Believe me, my opinion, I mean, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Like day one on through when the subways were dead. And these 4 people that I mentioned, Easy, Cost, J.A., and myself. I throw myself in there just because no one's done the Manhattan Island what I've done Manhattan Island. For the amount of time I've done it to Manhattan Island. Let's be real. And like I said, at one point or another in my life, I've written in every bar or something. But I'm sticking myself in there because this way it makes it so I could comment on the subject. Otherwise, I'm just some dude sitting off to the side talking about it. So, well, it's my podcast. So, yeah, honestly, like I've said before, I don't put myself in that list. I never went all city in one swoop. In one swoop. And now you gotta remember, one fucking swoop. At once. There's, you know what I'm saying? Like, Cost has probably done about 3 times. J.A.'s probably done, I couldn't even do like 4 or 5 times maybe. Now, Manhattan Island, that's a whole different story. I just had that shit on lock forever. We can even get into that. And even with my wars with people, the way I won them all, and I did win every single war I was in. Might not have won every single fight, but I've won every single war. And the way I did that is I just stuck to Manhattan Island. This way, if they had to come after me, they had to come to Manhattan Island. You get me? It was easy for me to take care of Manhattan Island. Plus, I love Manhattan Island, all right? So, that's that, all right? Now, yeah, you guys are shooting some names at me. Dessa. All right, Dessa, bring him out real quick, because I never even heard of fucking Dessa. I'm not lying. I never heard of that Dessa MTA guy until one day I'm sitting at work drinking my coffee and I see him on the front page of the newspaper as the $1 million vandal. $1 million is a lot of money back then. I swear, may God fucking strike me dead right now, I never, ever, ever heard of him until I saw it in the newspaper. That made me wonder, you know. So I paid attention to that case. And basically what happened is he lives in a very rich neighborhood and wrote out a bunch of rich people's property, and that's not cool. And I mean, I can actually prove that theory. It was all over the news. Channel 5, Channel 7, Channel 11, when, what was the mayor back then? Giuliani. He had this other guy, the guy right under him. Whoever the fuck he would be, Rudolph, I don't remember. But anyway, they were on a boat. Me and Barron 357, that's my boy. Sworn to sin, STS, was an older brother, good people, man. Roosevelt Island. Anyway, anytime he told me, oh, let's go do this, let's do that, I was aboard right there. So we figured, yeah, let's fucking fuck with this whole shit. So when you're coming up the FDR Drive, you could see it. So the original wall we got was down near, I believe 53rd Street. If you were on 53rd Street on the FDR Drive looking across the river, you'd see the RD and the Baron that we did there. And also the old wall that I used to do the Punisher on, and the big huge RDs that face Roosevelt Island, we did them walls. And up further, near 77th, we hung off the side and did them. Anyway, we killed the fucking river. Next day it was all over the news. I know, actually, the moment we did the one that was right across from Governor Pataki's house, which was the one on 53rd Street, the last one we did it, was on the news. I had the mayor and the assistant deputy mayor or some shit like that. That's it, like assistant deputy, a coffee fetcher. But, you know, they're on this boat, and they got this fucking thing that they use to, hose down these fucking fires, you know, like a fire hose on a boat. It's like a fucking machine gun or something. It was all over the news. And they're blasting these fucking RD and Barons and shit like that. Sounds like these fucking cocksuckers. Nah, that's fucked up. So that night, when that news aired, I saw it, hopped on a skateboard. I went over to my friend Lisa's house. I said, yo, Lisa, let me borrow your dog for a minute. He's like, why, what's up? I said, I want to ride all over the mayor's house, up there in Gracie Mansion. These motherfuckers buffed all this shit, like me and Timmy Barron just went, fucking did all this crazy shit, and it's gone. I'm like, nah, fuck that, it ain't flying. Come on. He said, yeah, sure, take the dog. Now, Andrew had this black pit bull named OJ. So I grab OJ, I hop on the skateboard, I get on the river, and it's just like a jogger's path and a walkway with benches. So I get on the skateboard, the dog just pulls me all the way up to the mayor's house. Up off, hold the skateboard to one side, pull out my can of paint, around the whole gate of the mayor's mansion. It's like a picket fence with thick wood. Boom, boom, boom. I did arty, 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 around the whole fucking thing. I'm dead serious. From the cop booth that protects the fucking driveway for people to come in, he's right here. I started right there with the dog. For real, I went all the way around till I was at the other side of that driveway. And okay, hop back on the skateboard, rode back down to Andrew. Next day, that shit was all over the news. And that shit was all over the news because it was Gracie Mansion. You got me in the mayor's house, like if you go right on the UN building or any of court, well, I guess during Black Lives Matter, people kind of do whatever the fuck they want, especially still now during the pandemic. But yeah, if you hit a target like that, you're gonna hit precincts, shit like that, cop cars, yeah, you could get on the news real quick and you could become $1 million vandal real quick. So yeah, that's that. But I swear, after that, I've heard of them. You know, yeah, that's that. Now, Chino himself, he did a lot when he was jumping around the late '80s and after the trains died. He did a lot. He had a lot of trains. He had a lot of fives on the outsides, a lot of insides on the ends, the R's, the B's, the D's. That's it. That shit stopped in like '87. Like this, I can name thousands of people that done what he did. Maybe hundreds, not thousands. There's a lot of people that did what he did. Now, as far as it goes with him being in the graffiti culture, he's a very important figure. I mean, he knows a lot. He's almost like a walking encyclopedia, and he does a lot. He's probably one of the main reasons people actually care about graffiti nowadays. I mean, I'm not saying it's Banksy or whatever the fuck it is, but you get the idea. Now, Vifa, that's my boy, man. A lot of people don't know that shit, but yo, I'll tell you, me and Vifa go back. Vifa's actually down with 357. I'm actually down with WKS and Downtown Artists, DTA and stuff. Yeah, Vifa and me go way back. Vifa actually saved my ass once. So yeah, he saved me from a badass beating I was about to catch, man. I forget the club. I think it was either the Mark Ballroom or MK's or the Saint or some, one of them crazy clubs. I forget. Real quick, to the best of my knowledge, what I remember is I had a bunch of friends, you know, we're going to go in this club. I really don't club. Nothing. I mean, I'll hang out, get high and shit, pick up a girl or something like that. But it's not like I'm on the dance floor. I fucking dance into fucking Silent Morning or some shit like that. Now, anyway, we all get together. They give me money and stuff. So I go in, pay to get in. Now, my job is to go to the exit, open the exit doors so about 10 or 15 of my friends could come in. Right? So I do that. I pay, walking up to the exit. Now, at the corner of my eye, I spot someone that's like a beef, you know, like one of these dudes from Brooklyn that crossed me out and want to cause me bodily harm. So I'm like, ah, shit, that's not good. I was like, ah, fuck it. The exit door's right there, you know, well, about 10 people up in here in a heartbeat, you know. So as I turn around, I'm surrounded by a bunch of these dudes and shit. As soon as I caught that dude like this, and maybe they set that shit up, get my eyes over there or something, you know. But yeah, as soon as I look this way, you know, I'm like, oh shit, I see that dude. Turn around, I was like, ah shit, they got me. The motherfuckers got me, man. Like I was done, yeah. I was surrounded. There was a bunch of them, man. I was fucked. And Vifa stepped out the line. And he's like, yo, you RD? And I was like, yeah, you know, 357, this, that. He's like, yo, come on, man, let's go, this, that. And I walked away. I looked at everyone's face. They were mad. They were like, yo, but this, that. Vifa was like, yo, chill, man. Shit ain't happening, or something like that, to the best of my knowledge. And I didn't even bother popping the door for my friends or nothing like that. We got the fuck out of there, me and Vifa. And we went down to his house. He grabbed some spray paint. And we wrote a bunch of fucking graffiti all night. We hit the fucking garbage truck layup. He showed me the garbage truck layups on the Lower East Side. Because I used to hit them up on 73rd in the building there to have a sanitation department there with the garbage trucks. I used to hit them there, plus up on 100th Street, 101st and shit like that. First Avenue, I'd hit that lot with Spawn and them, you know. So now he was showing me a place I could hit the sanitation garbage trucks down the Lower East Side under the bridge and shit like that. That's where LA Rock sent for it, and they already had all that shit smashed. But yeah, that's back in the days. So yeah, that's the first time I met Kenny. I've known Vifa on and off throughout my life, and not just me, but like Sammy D3 hangs out with him. Mark Kid One, like, you know, sometimes I'd come into the park and be hanging out with someone that's there. Like, and FIFA knows a lot of people, man. FIFA's good people, man. Can't say nothing bad about him, man. Good fucking guy. But I'm talking about of all time, graffiti-wise, and he doesn't make the mark. That's the bottom line. He did a lot of graffiti, don't get me wrong. And now, like you're saying, with this whole thing with, oh, this one and that one, like, those guys, I really can't say much about the people you're mentioning. I don't know what you're reading online and stuff like that, but no, man, you gotta understand what I'm trying to say, and you gotta realize who's saying it, you know? I mean, this is me, yo, RD, man, I'm telling you. I'm fucking telling you, from sitting there watching it, from hanging out, writing, from having beef with these people, or from just observing it while writing graffiti, or however you want to cut it. That's the fucking people right there, man. Honestly, when we're talking about fucking bombing and shit like that, nah, that's them right there. Like I said, Dessa, I swear, on my life, I never haven't even heard of that fucking dude back then, man. I haven't heard of him until I was reading that newspaper. So he pretty much ran around his rich neighborhood and wrote on a bunch of people's garage doors and shit like that. Maybe a couple of marble statues or something like that, you know? I don't know, but I honestly, people are like, yo, come on, Rob, you hating. But I'm really not hating or nothing like that. I never heard of that guy. And then after that, he vanished for a long time. And not too long ago, I mean, I'm not trying to put the guy in fucking trouble. I'm not going to put no years on, nothing like that. And I believe the statute of limitations. But yeah, he never climbed up. He never climbed up after that. I've seen a few times he tried to come out and but he just never hit the mark, man. Nah, I'm sorry. From the moment I read that paper until today, I'm sitting here looking at you. I guess from the moment the $1 Million Vandal theory, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, fairy tale was created, until the moment I'm fucking sitting here right now, nah, hell no, man, hell no. And just for you to even think that way, you guys cannot begin to fathom the amount of shit I'm fucking talking about. You really can't, man. Hell no, man. You are bugging. Like, I see you guys mentioning people that came out like 3 fucking years ago. I'm sorry, I don't mean to insult your intelligence, but hell no. I'm telling you. Fucking yo, these are the fucking 4 people, man. Like I said, it's Easy, J.A., Cost, me. There is no other 4 people out there. Me, there might be a couple of people that have been my arrest and all, but nah, I haven't seen them active. I mean, a couple of people might have climbed up a little bit with this COVID thing and shit like that, but hell no, man. Like all these people that took advantage of this COVID thing, it's just fucking New Jacks, man. Like, they still got, like, 40 fucking years to go. Well, let's be real, like another 30-something years to go to even begin to get up to the level of the people I'm talking about. Like, Vifa's got that time in there. He does. But he kind of stayed, like, on side streets and stuff like that. Believe me, back in the 90s, you walk around, he's on Front Street, you know what I'm saying? But after that, it's, you know, that's that. You know, he stayed up, he stayed active, man. You could see he keeps putting the years next to it and shit like that. But he just never hit that mark that I'm talking about. That's the best way I could put it with that. Yeah, and I have Jamaica stories about me being in Jamaica. It's not that I don't want to talk about them or not, and I'll shoot one next time. I'll talk about a graffiti writer I bumped into down in Jamaica. I bumped into, he's from New York, he's from Brooklyn. I bumped into him writing graffiti while I'm bringing my wife-to-be, I guess, Katie Ann. She was pregnant with Bobby, my son, in her belly. And I was bringing the gynecology appointment. With my friend Wayne was driving. Not Wayne, a graffiti writer, a different Wayne altogether. And yeah, I saw a guy who was writing graffiti. I get down in Jamaica, I can tell you about that. Real quick, I can tell you, man, Jamaica, cool, man, good fucking place, man. I had the best of times and I had the worst of times down there. Took a lot of mushrooms, man. Took a lot of shrooms, man. During the rain season, I tripped on mushrooms for like a fucking 3 months straight, like just every day. Yeah, I had like a drawer. They opened up. I fucking used to eat them, man. Yeah, I fucking eat a bunch of mushrooms during the rain season too. It's like thundering and lightning and shit. Then I go to fucking hop on a bicycle. I ride like 5 miles to Rick's Cafe. You know, and then I start cliff diving with the locals. That was a pisser. Tripping on fucking mushrooms. Cliff diving in fucking Jamaica, the West Indies, during a fucking thunderstorm. And I mean cliff diving like fucking like 6, 7-story buildings, you know, some of these cliffs. Yeah, some, you know, it's up there. It's like jumping off this building I'm in right now, you know. Yeah, like cliffs, like, you know, and there's no fuck around. And it's funny too, when I cliff dive with these guys, when all the tourists would start to pile in about 6, 7 o'clock, because Rick's Cafe, it's famous, you can Google it. You can actually probably see one of the lower cliffs that I'd jump off. But anyway, once the tourists start piling in, I had to stop my cliff diving. Because no one wants to see a white boy from New York jump off the cliffs, you know, they want to see the Jamaican dudes and shit. But yeah, I was getting wild, man. I was doing some jackknives and shit like that. Fuck yeah. Swan dives, I was setting it off, man. I'm a good swimmer. Yeah, that's a good one down in Jamaica. I had great times, but yeah, I remember eating whole mesh of mushrooms for like 3 months straight. I went on a trip for like 3 months straight. I was shitting fucking water. I swear to God, at the end, I started actually seeing worms in my fucking shit, man. And I wasn't tramping, you know. And that's actually when I bumped into this graffiti writer guy. Funny shit. But yeah, I got all types of stuff, man. I'm gonna keep it going, buddy. All right, well, then we're gonna switch back now. Next episode or so, I'm going back to the fucking 80s, man, right? We're around 87, 88, 86. We're gonna get into all these Queens guys that I started chilling with, how I met them and stuff, all right?